For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. It looks like the back and forth between DL Hughley and Mo Nique will continue with further developments. On Wednesday, Mo Nique and her husband, Sydney Hicks, took to Instagram Live to further address her problem with DL Hughley. When we last reported, Hughley had told his side of the story on his radio show. Now, as a result, Mo Nique decided to use social media as her platform to explain her history with DL Hughley and why she went off on him that night at the start of her performance in Detroit. According to Mo Nique, her main reason for taking aim at DL Hughley was because of the many insults he has made towards her over the years in interviews and online.
Through the years, I've listened to this man talk about all that I'm not, what I didn't deserve. I was mentally ill. I was bitter. Me and my husband did poor business. I was selfish. I was fanatic. I was psychotic. Now, don't take my word, please. You can Google it for yourself, YouTube it for yourself. DL Hughley speaks on Mo Nique. And through the years, my babies, I said nothing because I knew the day would come that I would see DL Hughley. Now, for every interview he's done, I didn't get it from nobody else's mouth. I watched it for myself. And I watched this brother sit down with that white cat, Vlad, and tell this white man all that I wasn't, as the white man told him all that me and my husband wasn't. And I watched DL Hughley go in. Now, it ain't that he just goes in on me. DL Hughley has a habit of saying freely what he wants to say about anybody.
Ice Cube.
Come on.
Angela Stanton.
Come on. Kanye West. Like the young babies.
Islam.
The young babies, the rappers, Young Thug and Gunna.
Yeah.
See, and let me tell y'all, when I made that joke about you, DL Hughley, I didn't think you would get tender in your feelings because you made the comment about the baby stage names and you said with names like that, don't you think they would wind up in jail? Well, that's what you said. Well, I thought I was coming back being clever, making a joke because you know back in the day when somebody was on the DL, you know what they were. I don't think you're a homosexual man, DL. I was making a joke and I can't believe you got tender. Saturday night, DL Hughley was going to get his ass handed to him because through the years, I've heard this man have a lot to say about me. And what the type of person I am, if y'all don't know by now, I wasn't going on nobody's radio show talking about how I felt towards DL Hughley. I wasn't going on nowhere. I was going to make sure the night that I spoke about DL Hughley, I wanted DL Hughley to be there. So that night, DL, what you got back was the medicine that you've dished out to our community for so long through the years. If you watch the video of what I said, if you watch that video, I didn't say anything insulting in reference to that man's family, nor his beautiful wife. What I said is I feel sorry for your family. I feel sorry for your wife. Now, the other part that I said, y'all know what it was, and I'm going to leave it on the stage.
But to be specific, without being specific, you essentially said, I feel sorry for your wife having to perform a sexual act on a coward.
That's exactly.
How do you perform a sexual act on a coward? There is nothing that was said about your wife.
Nothing.
Your family.
Nothing.
It was directed specifically to you.
I could have not gone out on that stage.
Well, why did you?
Because I love the people. I don't take those people for granted. I don't take the people for granted that may have paid their last dollar to buy a ticket to a show that I am a part of. I don't take those people for granted that said, you know what, tonight I need to come out and release this. I don't take those people for granted. So I could have not gone out on that stage. But because of the people, I walked out on that stage and I said that to the people. So when y'all say, well, why didn't she go out? Because that's just not the type of woman I am. DL Hughley was going to get his ass handed to him. Because once y'all go back all through the interviews, I'm going to be shocked. I will be shocked if y'all say, Mo, I'm surprised you didn't get this, brother, a lot sooner because it went on for years. Pay attention. See, when you run your mouth about other people and you don't know who you running up into, and then you get to running into a brick wall, and then you want to play victim and fall out and act like you've been damaged, Come on, like I said, I feel sorry for your family, brother. And DL, let me address you on this, brother. When you say it's what you're doing right now, see, you've made people believe I've stopped being a stand-up comedian. I've never stopped being a stand-up comedian, baby. I've been out there on that road doing my thing the whole time. So stop trying to put a false narrative out there. That's Steve Harvey's big word. Stop trying to put a false narrative out there that, oh, I just disappeared. No, brother, Hollywood doesn't stop the show. You know that, DL. You've been in those comedy clubs. As a matter of fact, there were times you was leaving and I was coming. We didn't stop doing what we do, so why ever would you try to feed that into the community? And D.L. Hughley has yet to still show his signed contract. As D.L. Hughley would say, oh, she just selfish and thinking about herself. Anybody that's selfish, D.L. Hughley, would not take a 13-year hit in their career. See, if I was selfish, I would have taken the $500,000 that Tyler Perry tried to offer.
And when they say, we don't like the way they do business, why is it they don't get specific about what it is that we've done? The problem that it's had with Mo Nique, as with many black women, y'all not supposed to stand up for yourself.
You can't erase your words. You can't erase calling me all of these slick things, brother. That's what you said. So when you're talking about I turn people against you, no, DL, you do a fine, mighty job of that yourself.
For those who didn't know before and those who heard, the difference between a deal memo and a legal binding agreement, that deal memo is not enforceable. So why would he give you a deal memo that is not enforceable in the court of law versus showing you a contract? And we understand the promoter needed to grow a pair and tell DL what this situation was, because he got on the phone with our attorney and I and said he couldn't understand why DL's people were acting the way that they were acting when we don't have a contract. I made a verbal commitment to him, but we don't have a written contract.
Now that both parties have told their side of the story, many are urging the promoters to finally speak up. What do you guys think about Mo Nique's reasoning for attacking DL on stage that night? Let us know in the comments below. And for more news and comedy, subscribe here to our YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba.